Of Americans expected to travel for this Thanksgiving holiday compared to last year, top public health officials are now touting the booster shot as key to countering waning immunity after 6 months, particularly for older populations.
CDC is continuously monitoring the state of the pandemic, and our current surveillance shows a rise in cases over the past few weeks. Heading into the winter months, when respiratory viruses are more likely to spread, and with plans for increased holiday season travel and gathering, boosting people's overall protection against COVID-19 disease and death was important to do now. In making these recommendations, we took into consideration the current state of the pandemic, the data on vaccine effectiveness over time, and importantly, the safety profile of booster shots of over 30 million Americans who have already received an additional vaccine dose.
Currently, just over 59% of the U.S. population is regarded as fully vaccinated, a reference either to the two-shot mRNA regimen or the single-dose J&J. But that definition could change as boosters now enter the equation. And while over 80% of the population 12 and over has received at least one vaccine dose, about 60 million eligible Americans remain unvaccinated, a critical mass that could be key to the pandemic's trajectory in the United States. CDC data shows that unvaccinated people are 6 times more likely to test positive for COVID-19 than vaccinated individuals, while the unvaccinated are at 14 times greater risk of dying from COVID-19 than their vaccinated peers.
Overall, when looking at hospitalization rates, unvaccinated adults had 9 times higher rate of hospitalizations than vaccinated adults. Infections among the unvaccinated continue to drive this pandemic, hospitalizations, and deaths. Tragically, at a time when we have vaccines that can provide incredible protection.
With lockdowns again taking root in parts of Europe, the CDC on Monday advised against travel to Germany and Denmark because of rising case numbers there. Amid concerns, similar spikes could be seen in the US, given the historical transatlantic lag during this pandemic.
We are not headed in that direction. We have the tools to accelerate the path out of this pandemic, widely available vaccinations, booster shots, kid shots, therapeutics, including monoclonal antibodies to help those who contract the virus. We can curb the spread of the virus without having to in any way shut down our economy. So that, we have 82% of people now with one shot and more people getting vaccinated each week. Obviously, the decisions how to manage the virus are done at the local level, informed by community transmission, vaccination rate, and local capacity. So we need to use the tools we have and get more people vaccinated to keep people safe without going backwards in any way, shape, or form.
So, as families and friends crisscross the country to gather in large numbers to mark Thanksgiving, concerns it will fuel a new surge in case numbers and deaths, with the unvaccinated by far the most vulnerable. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News, New York.
And now let's take a quick look at